You already know what time it is. It's 8 o'clock. This is the Get Righteous Podcast. It's your boy King Heru, and you already know King Zito. Let's lock in. Hey. I'm trying to get a little setup going. I'm trying to get a setup going. The setup going. Evening, family.
There we go. Bang, bang.
What's good? Let's get it.
What it is, what it ain't, what it's gonna be.
What it's gonna do.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get it. Oh, I forgot to put do not disturb on my shit.
So what?
I said I forgot to put do not disturb on my shit.
Oh, Lord.
Hold up, can I click that shit? Let me see.
Oh, yeah.
We back? You can hear me?
Yeah. There you go.
Do not disturb on. B, what's good, my boy? Shit on, what's good, family? Poseidon. What's good? Let's get it.
What it was good.
You know what it is. I treat you like a goddess from the motherland. You know what's in the way. You know what it is. We in here. We in the building.
Victory Sunday.
Yeah, you know, a couple V's on deck. You feel me? Some real slight early work. Made them look real mediocre. I'm just relaxing back. A little session. Facts, my guy. It's always right.
Hard to beat when we play our game.
Huh?
Beat when we play our game.
Oh yeah. Let me add some people in. I forgot I did this before I did this. Let me see. A couple of ads. Who out here? Her hands in my pants, got she got some. She kissing me, she sucking while I roll a blunt. I'm high and I'm floating while I'm in the guts. And this is making love with okay, relaxing in a session. What you smoking on? You coming while I'm burning down a pound. You know what's up the way. Hey. Payload. Smoking on that fruity fix. Okay. Smoking on some runts right now. A little runny runts.
Hey, yo.
Smoking on some runts, you know what I mean?
Huh?
Let's go.
All in the smoky stuff.
Like, gonna get that rhythm out for us. Hitting that like button. Good looks. Hit that album for us. Get this thing spiced up. We had a few little homies in. Somebody had a couple ginger in. I think he wanted to go on tonight.
Word.
Niggas say they go.
Yeah, gonna pull at the strings a little bit.
Huh?
Oh, I'm gonna pull at the strings a little bit.
Oh yeah, you already know. You know this shit. Birdie Bird. Sent me a message like he too. After this, you gotta FaceTime me. About a few things, you heard?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Birdie.
Already.
Word, brother.
Goody. Man, give y'all some waves, man. Give y'all some waves, baby.
Everybody get up in.
Let's get it. Fantastic.
Good evening. Good evening, beloved.
Go ahead. We gonna work down.
Happy Sunday. All that good stuff. How's the family?
How everybody doing? How was everybody's weekend? Don't know what it is. Get ready for the week. Sleepy Willow over here.
Hey, as we keep
Oh, we
climbing episode 63 on that thing.
let's get it.
Closing in on 65. Like,
Yes, sir. We can seem to fly by rather quick. Oh yeah,
back.
definitely. Doing great. How you guys doing this evening?
So far, so good.
Chill. Cold as fuck.
It's definitely cold as shit.
It's definitely chill. Ready to get it in. Getting. You know
Definitely.
what I mean?
The 806. Gonna be some very, very, very. Whew. All right, man. Let's get to it. How about it? Episode 63. Get Righteous Podcast. Welcome in, everyone. Per usual, every single episode is brought to you by Blazing at 420 Medicals LLC, as well as BC Marketing LLC. For all of your customary needs, doesn't matter if it's shirts, hoodies, or the latter, onesies, twosies. I don't care if you need Crocs done. You see the gentleman up top. For all of your social media needs, all of your flyer needs, all of your logo needs, all of your digital marketing needs, you see me, and I will take great care of you. If you would like to advertise with the podcast, we run 15, 30, 45-second advertisements. You will gain a great deal of exposure to our viewership, our listenership, which is across all major platforms, including the West Coast Power 109, down south, Stardom 101 magazine, where we had a feature last month. So shout out to the fam out there. Uh, so if you have a side hustle, small business, whatever the case, big business, doesn't matter. We would love to have you. We would love to carve out some lovely ads for you. So if you're interested, you can see the gentleman up top, see the gentleman down here, which is me. DM either one of us, and we will take great care of you, per usual. Yeah. It's a nice looking hoodie you got on there, buddy.
Yeah, you know, from my good old pals. I know what it is. I know what it is. Go click the link and go get your freshness on. You heard?
And the link is in the bio. The link is
Bio.
in the bio.
Bio. You should know that.
All right. All that being said, per our conversation earlier this week, we felt as if it was time to have yet another difficult conversation. A lot of events going on that require a lot more attention. One of them being, as per our flyer, we call it the age of the ops, right? And it begs the question, is there such a thing as real friends anymore?
Mm.
Is there such a thing, real homies, real family, all of these things? It begs the question just because recently some footage came to light where we saw yet another female getting beat, and instead of getting help from her supposed friends and all of these things, people standing there holding cameras, watching, seeing what's going on. Deeper than that, her supposed friends were there to watch her get her ass beat. So I yield to the gentleman up top. What in the hell is going on today with folks' loyalty, folks' definition of what a friend is?
Look, man. First, I just want to, definitely RP, rest in peace to the Queen. Sending love, everything, becoming great energy out to that family.
Absolutely.
So the truth, it just took for me to just to read the article, read the proof. I ain't really doing no video joint. You know, I can't do that. I don't even want to see that. But as we can see from the pictures, I guess, you know, so when y'all watch the video, I do have the video somewhere in one of my links. Um, man, it's crazy. It's crazy because this, as we know, growing up, us, we always talked about things like this. Like, you know what I'm saying? We've always sat back and just viewed. I mean, we always view, we always watch our surroundings, watch how people move, you know what I'm saying, at a young age, you know what I mean? And in this day and age, it's messed up because, man, everything come in so many different faces. So it's so much fake energy, so much fake love. It's a lot. It's a lot, y'all. It's a lot out there.
Mm-hmm.
Have to learn how to pinpoint and pick that shit apart. You know what I mean? Because clearly they were not friends at all. They
Mm-hmm.
could. So we not even going. I can't take it as that. Like me on the outside, I gotta take it as that in somewhere, in some way, this was already set up. This was already pre-ready to happen. There was already things leading up to this
Back to Virgo test.
prior event. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not taking it as we just got to Mexico and all of a sudden we in our room and then now I'm just, all right, let's get it into the death. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
where, you know what I'm saying? Like where we
Yeah.
getting?
Yeah.
And then like a person there was supposed to be your best friend. So not just with friends, but you was with a best friend for recording to happen, for grown men to be there
Mm-hmm.
and females, and nothing to happen other than what happened. You know, broken neck, stomp, all that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Not fighting back as we get here, as they said in the video, and all that crazy stuff. Like, this is what, especially females.
Mm-hmm.
This is why I stress this out to y'all females. You have to know who you're dealing with. You have to know your surroundings. When you go on places, and you, especially not only when you're leaving out the house, when you're about to leave out the country and go somewhere, you have to know for a fact that you're going with some people or somebody that you can guarantee rely on. You have to, because it's so crazy out here. All of this, all you have to do is land and talk, and the person gonna hear and know that's not, you're not from there, follow you, do whatever. So not just alone on just being with friends that's supposed to be your friends and you pass, just y'all being out there, period. Now it's the same thing can happen with dudes and stuff like that, we know, but I'm talking about females. We talking about, you know, the ladies, because like he said, in this day and age, you don't know what a op, friend, family, and this, like, my family is the family that I put together. So if I call you family, you my family because I put you there. Because there's some family that I can't sit next to. That's just
Facts.
point area. If I
Facts.
fucks with you on a higher level, really don't do friends. I'm either gonna fuck with you on a higher level than that, so that I know you there, or we gonna be associates in a way that we can be cordial, but we ain't got no dealing. So there's no. I don't have to watch my back. I don't have to worry about what you're saying, what you're doing, none of that. Because the ones that I know that I can guarantee check in and check on, I know without a doubt I ain't got to worry about no miss nothing. Like,
All
you
right.
know what I'm saying? And if it is that, then I'm gonna move accordingly, and I'm not gonna have myself in a situation to where I'm ever going to feel not going to be cornered, I'm not going to be trapped in a situation to where someone can get the upper hand. So you know what I'm saying? You have to stay up, and man, you gotta stay up on things, man. Because in this day and age, as you said, asking that question, you don't know who a op is. I'm gonna read the comments after y'all. You don't know who a op is, friend is, family member is. If it ain't your mom, I'm just sorry. Like, you know what I mean? You don't know. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like at any moment, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and it's nothing to it, and it's not that it's a bad thing, but I've been dealt with a person for about half my life, and then next thing you know, it's just bloop. So you don't, at any time, at any moment, you just don't know what people are going through, what people are thinking. Keep those that you can generally feel the love and energy from, and you know they got your best interest. at hand, keep them around, and the rest you gotta, you know, you gotta play it out. You gotta play it out. What's good, cuz? Well, let me go. I gotta go check in. Go ahead, Zito. I gotta check in on some of these
I'm
comments.
hey.
Niggas,
For
friends,
me,
but they hated her. They had to. Yes, exactly. Fact. She did defend herself. Yeah, that's wild. Well, he did. The girl die from getting beat up. Yeah, she died.
right,
In the video. Yeah, the video's a person. All right, that's the shit messed up. I can't believe not one of them humans. Oh yeah, remember B? Remember I had hit you. I remember
yeah,
I was talking about it. Remember B? And I had hit you on the video, and I was telling you, I was like, yeah, I gotta cover cover this thing. You know what I'm saying? A little bit on Sunday because not only like I said, is it fucked up, but at the same time, like the situation is something that has to be talked about because you know how many people are just freely going to different countries and taking trips and I'm
here,
going.
all right, word. Here's what it is for me, right? And I got certain points that I gotta hit here, right? So the first point for me is the out of the country aspect, right? Recently, and it happens every single year, my fiance goes on vacation with her best friends, right? If I don't feel like making the trip, the number one conversation that I have with them is I need y'all to hold it down if I opt not to go. And it's not even a question. And mind you, her best friends are male. You understand? Like, and we close like that. Like, we all consider each other family and all of that good shit. But I feel comfortable knowing that they got her. And yeah, one of them actually works for Rikers and is trained and can carry and all that good shit. So I'm extra comfortable.
Right.
You feel me? It's to the point where you really shouldn't be moving solo out here.
Nah.
Like, I get it, and everybody went, "Oh, ain't nobody gonna touch me. Ain't nobody gonna." You think so?
I'm about to say yeah.
Look at what happened.
I can get up right and say the
We
same.
had this conversation before. Look at what happened to the people like Nip. Now we all know that Nip was made in the streets.
Right.
We,
Exactly.
we
Yeah.
all know Hustle had to pass. Period. We
Right.
we all know that, and he got touched on camera. On
Exactly.
Same thing with Pop Smoke. Same thing with Dolph. You understand? And they all got done in by acquaintances.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
That's
Like
the crazy part.
right. So it's not just females. Shit, males too. You know what I'm saying? Like
The point I'm making is Hustle would normally have his security with him. He didn't. Pop Smoke normally would have his crew with him. He didn't. Dolph normally would have had his motherfucking his staff and shit around him. He didn't.
right. Right.
You understand? Like, one of the things that always separated us and our movement, and it doesn't matter which iteration of any movement, when we're going back 10, 15, 20 plus years,
Right.
it's always been family. Always.
Exactly.
Always.
Right.
Fuck that friend shit, nigga. It's always been family. Like, now, at the end of the day, like, the shit that binds us means more. And we always move like it.
Right.
Always.
Right. Exactly.
Whenever one had something going on, one didn't go without the other.
Right.
If
Exactly.
he needed backup, the other one was a call away.
Right. Right. And still right now to this day. Like motherfucker, I got people that's family. I probably don't talk to them and shit like that. But there's a difference between having a disagreement within self, right, but think that something else is gonna happen, then the table's gonna turn. I'm right there. You know
Facts.
what I'm saying? So
Nigga, I wish
yeah,
you would.
it might be something within the household, but if something happened, motherfucker, I'm there. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Point blank period.
Period.
That's just how it go.
Period.
Sunday was good, King.
Word, what's good, King? How are you? Peace and power. Um, man, my second point: females, women. Listen, man, I need y'all to really start to evaluate the value of your homegirls. Seriously. This goes for the men also, obviously, but
Right.
we're seeing more and more women fall because of their own bestie, because of their
Oh,
own right hand, because of who's secretly hating and all of this bullshit. And this is how y'all is coming to the, like, y'all are literally making a trend. The numbers are staggering, you know? Everybody likes to talk about, oh, I need a high value man, high value woman, all of these things. But yet, when it comes to your personal, you don't guard your personal. Like, your square gotta be solid.
right.
Like, think about it right now. Who do you know? Drop of a dime, you could call and they got you, and it not be no hating that shit, and not
Right.
be bullshit, whatever the case may be. Who you got?
Right.
You understand?
So, I mean, everyone I rock with, I know for at least 20 years. See, you know the facts. See, that's how we was grown then.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And that's how you gotta have it. Well, right.
Yeah.
But you know, for those like he said, that's out, that's moving around, meeting new people and shit like that. Y'all gotta what your reflection. You know how it go. Who you with is a reflection of you.
Absolutely. One of my
Right.
favorite
Exactly.
that
So
that we all got taught collectively is the people you keep around you, close personal, are always an extension of you. You know?
right.
So, what does it say about you if this type of shit happens and this type of shit continuously happens? That means that the people you got around you are not on the same. They don't have the same mindset. You know what I mean? They don't have the same heart as you. Like, whatever the case may be. And this is what people got to start evaluating. My fiance looks at me like I'm crazy. We go somewhere, whatever the case may be. She was like, all right, so wait, why are you sitting with your back to the wall? So you can see the door. Because I got to see who is coming in. If you sitting right there, I'm not going to let nobody catch you, right? So if I'm sitting here, if somebody happens to come behind me, you need to let me know.
Right. Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how we have been. That's how we operate. And I pass that to her. You understand?
Exactly. Exactly. And then yes, when it come to I see you something great. When it come to value. Okay. Oh, who is the value? Hey, now see that comes into like Zip said. That's what we dealing with. Different levels. Are we
Mhm.
dealing with spiritual women, queens and goddesses? Are we dealing with women that's more out in entertainment, social media? You know what I mean? So that value is it's going to range on who you're dealing with. Like we said, the reflection of what company you keep. So if you got a female that's out there, she want to be shown out, and that's not bad at times neither. But you know she out there, flashy and dashy, and anything. Who you think she gonna have around her? What type of dude you think she gonna want? But if you got one that's out there, she can look real. Well, you know you gonna look at her like, woo, but her tight. You know what I mean? Might not see too much. She rocking. Do we know who she gonna be with? Like you know what I'm saying? And we know what type of value she gonna look in. You know what I mean for a man. So it all range on like it's classes. What level we talking about?
And that's the next piece though. Like we've gotten it to the point where we as men got to get right with the women because we are allowing far too much fuckity fuck shit to go on,
Right.
especially when it comes to our women or women, period. Every time you turn on the news, every time you look at the shade room, whatever the case may be, and this segues into our next conversation. It's this dude putting his hands on this female. This dude putting his hands on that female. This woman putting her hands on this man. Like, it goes both ways. It's not exclusive anymore. The way it used to be the men. Now it's the women. You know what I mean? So when we say that we want to have the conversation about men and women healing, the healing between the two, this is where it starts. Because there's clearly a breakdown of respect. There's clearly a breakdown of how we value one another. Now, this is just men and women, period, any color. Black community, obviously, hello. Like,
Right.
we looking crazy out here. So I yield it to you, sir.
I mean,
In terms of the healing.
you know, we talk about that. That's number one. And that's my thing now. Like, you know what I'm saying? As we talk through the build up through the last year or two, just me and you on energy and healing and being able to just get away and get yourself back right, get yourself together. I think that we gotta stop faulting each other and stuff. When people say that we do need that, maybe a little time, a little space to get right. You know what I mean? A little time to build yourself up, because when you take that time to heal and get yourself together, the relationship with your people around you become more valuable. You know what I mean? You get more value. So in this world need, well, we all know that. Ain't can't nobody wake up and say this world don't need no healing. We know this world need healing.
Right.
But now it goes, I'm gonna twist it and bring it back to what Zito said, because kings, us males, we gotta do a little bit more, and not saying as I get on the females, or you know what I mean? Well, shit, you a female, you feel you could do everything, well, go ahead, do this and that. And I'm not saying that way. That means Zito, we're not talking that way. The building, the backbone part has to become back. You gotta be able to be like this again. Like, you know what I'm saying? So you gotta be able to build that, your lady up, your queen, your mom, your sister, whoever it is, your teacher. I don't give a fuck if you just bump into a female on the damn street. Uplift her, make her feel like she's walking and shining. Because what happens is, this is the Mother Earth. The Earth is a female living, breathing organism at 7.32 hertz or whatever it is. I don't want to give you all the wrong numbers, but between there, you know what I'm saying? So if the women are stressed out, unhealed, fucked up, vibrating energy like that to around our circle, around our dome, around where we at, what's above is below, around our dome, the water dome. I'm not saying we're not going to all no other shit, but I'm just saying. So if it's that way, how are we going to refill the air? How are we going to refill this energy, like Zero said? So if the females are fucked up energy wise out here, like you said, doing well, we wilding, males is beating on them, females beating on males and shit like that. How you think the energy on this planet is? It's called how do energy. I tell you about it all the time. If I walk into a room and 5 people been there already for about an hour, when I walk into the room and once I get into the point to where I can feel their frequency, I'm gonna feel off their vibe. Mm-hmm. So if I came in happy and I'm good and I'm jumping, and then I come in and these motherfuckers throwing they down, instantly my shit gonna be like, oh shit, what the fuck going on? So right then and there, you know what I mean? You gotta dig, like, damn, I'm gonna fuck with that energy or not. So that's what's happening. So if all that energy is surfacing while we out here, we moving around, that's all we getting. That's all we grabbing. So until we change that, like Zito said, we gotta change that worldwide. Like, we need a worldwide cleanse. Like, everybody need a cleanse, everybody need to chill, everybody need a damn time capsule to just go, look here, go chill for a little bit, take you about 3 days to yourself, refresh yourself, rebuild your mental, you know what I'm saying, get that happiness back, because that's the only way we're going to be able to spread that, like, you know what I'm saying, like Zito said. So we got a lot. It's not a lot, because it can be done. Anything can be done. But it's just that we have to do. Now that we see, we hearing, we learning more, we just gotta do more. We gotta do it more. We just gotta do it a little bit more.
Yeah, I agree. But more specifically, for me, when we talk about healing, the healing aspect between man and woman is we have to address the trauma. Like everybody carries generational trauma, situational trauma, um, that stems from a whole life full of shit.
Right.
And so there has to be a newfound level of respect for said trauma in order to be able to help them heal. And this is the shit. People be getting into relationships. People be getting into situationships. Okay? And they don't address the things that throw a monkey wrench in their relationship
Thanks.
or situationship. You know?
Right.
You
Yes.
can't tap dance around the bullshit and expect shit to grow.
Right. You don't think that you're gonna leave one and then it's not gonna, you know what I mean, carry a rock onto the other, and it's just gonna be smooth sailings without trying to thinking that you're gonna have to, like
Exactly.
you said, work on something.
As the saying goes, like you can't, if you can picture walking through a door, you can't have one leg in through the door, the other leg on the outside. You can't close that door. You got to bring that other leg through. That's stuck. That's giving you hell. That's giving you all of this bullshit. You got to pull that motherfucker through. This is all your trauma, all your anxiety, all your dis and mistrust and everything like that. You got to pull that shit through so you can close the door. You
Right.
know,
A couple.
because setting yourself up for failure if you keep repeating this and bringing it into all of your relationships, whether that's friendly, whether that's between you and your lover, you and your wife, whatever the fucking case may be. But there's a clear breakdown in that respect. Like I said, um, you can tell by the posts that a lot of these females make, a lot of these women make. Um, there's a lot of pain. There's a lot of hurt. There's a lot of unhealed wounds. You can always tell what's going on with a motherfucker by what they put up on social. Oh, it doesn't matter who you are.
Exactly. That's why.
Some people are more. All right, I'm gonna pull this shit. I'm gonna keep it close. I'm gonna play this one close to the vest. I ain't gonna let this shit go. Cool. But then you have people who are vocal, you know, and you can just read it and you can feel it. Like, damn, G, like she going through it. What I'm suggesting, people need to start being more humane. You understand? And stop worrying about the coolness. Stop being about, being the cool nigga or the, I'm too this for that and all of this bullshit. Like, nah. You see a problem, address a problem.
Right.
You understand? You hit that person up like, yo, I saw your post. I'm just checking in. What's up?
Facts. And I ain't gonna lie, like I'm just down south, and and like I said, like Zito said, at this time, like you said, you never know if somebody going through something or not. So you might want to check in. Now at the time, I wasn't really going through nothing, but I was just posting some things, and one of the bros hit me like, "Yo, what's good? Like, what's up? Like, you good? Sure, I'm just calling. You know what I mean? Seeing you, a couple posts, blah blah. No, I'm good, blah blah. But the love, things that hit me. Matter of fact, let's kick it so we can kick it. You know, we got to call. Got to talk. Got to get some things off, vibe, get back to it. But like you said, like sometimes, like and we done lost a few people, and and a lot of us that's on here, we know them people. So yes, we had that chance to. We've watched those posts, we've seen those posts, and then next you know, our people's is not here no more. Like, you know what I'm saying? And you don't think within those times we not looking at those posts like, damn, is such and such alright? Nah, they might just be ranting. Like, you know what I mean? It might just be posting and then coming out.
That's the shit.
They needed that reach out. They needed that somebody to just message.
Yeah.
Somebody, you know what I mean? Do something. So like I said too, sometimes we get in our um We get in our ways. We get on our shit because we want to be in our shit. So sometimes we would take the fuck shit as love, than real love as love. If y'all can understand what I'm saying. So we will push things there that help us away. We won't really condescend to it. We'll grasp onto the bullshit. So we got to learn that not everything or somebody just trying to just get something from you, because some people, there's still just genuine people out there, still loving people out there. So everybody not just trying to fuck you over. And
Yeah,
sometimes fuck up your blessings or your next move by not allowing that. Like, you know what I'm saying? And been there, done that. You know,
that's how folks is programmed, unfortunately.
yeah, exactly. That's how they got us programmed. This
Yeah.
is
And for somebody like
that's
me,
why they run the matrix like that. This is why
yeah,
they run.
yeah. For somebody like me too, like, you know, motherfuckers always a constant that people would always say about me, like, yo, you worrying about the wrong shit. Now, this was a while ago, right? This peep game. You too focused on motherfuckers liking you and you checking on this person, checking on that person. It's not that I'm worrying about niggas liking me. I give a fuck who like me, who don't like me. And I've always been that way.
Right.
But
Facts.
but what it is, I give a fuck about people. If I give a fuck about you, I'm always going to check on you. Always.
Right.
It don't matter if I haven't spoken to you in 5 years, 10, whatever the case may be. If I see some shit, I'm always going to reach out. Always. When you was going through all your shit, every day, nigga,
Right.
good?
Word. Facts. Facts.
Like, what's not? All right, cool. But how are you doing?
Right. 100.
You know what
Exactly.
I'm saying? Like, until it gets to that point where I feel like you're okay and I don't need to be that no more, okay.
Word. Right.
Then foot is always on the gas. And I'm like that. I've talked so many people off the ledge because I have lost so many people.
Right. Facts. Facts. Facts.
That
Word.
shit part of my own trauma that I carry. Like,
Right.
folks know.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. Facts. Facts. Shit. Word. Yeah. Yeah. You know, I know from
Which is wrong.
shit. You know what I'm saying? So exactly.
So
Right.
when
Right.
it comes to, and this is why I bring it back around to men and women, and this is what separates. I don't. This is no Kevin Samuels shit, whatever the case may be. Like high value this. Eh. The flaw in that psychology is the fact that you would run women into the ground. That's that's problem number one.
Right.
How you going to run women into the ground to say men are this by pulling them down when you
Right. Exactly.
elevate them?
That's
That's helping them.
yeah, let me just clear that up because first of all, High Value Man is not Kevin Samuels. That is AC Rule. I got the book. I got the what's the name. His shit is out, been published. That is AC Rule. High Value Man, the real High Value Man, real High Value Man book on how to treat, how to be with a female, how to be with a woman, how to treat her is AC Rule. So what he was talking about, a lot of points, yeah, he got to some weirds and all that shit, but I didn't really fuck with him because of that. Y'all know how I feel about females. So, yes, keep it real and 100, but of a lot of his shit, how he was coming, fuck that nigga too. Rest in peace, but y'all know how it is with me. I don't deal with all that. I deal with facts. Facts is facts. But the
Yeah.
way coming out, like, you're not going downgrade. I don't go for what you do. If you
Mm-hmm.
choose to get on that pole, that's what you choose to do. But I ain't about to come out here and disrespect you. So that's what I'm not rocking with. So fuck him on that. Still and will. I don't give a fuck where he at. That's just
And I said like there's flaws in that psychology
right,
because
exactly.
like literally the points that men, so-called men, would agree with him and be like, word, nah, he be spitting truth, da 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 da, all of these things. These men are some of your most toxic men.
They are. They the ones that's hitting y'all, the ones that surfing, the ones that got y'all thinking y'all going to the golden, you know what I mean? To come
Once
up.
I stepped back and started literally reading the trends and why people was rocking with him and the other dude that they ended up banning, the Spanish dude, on social media, whatever the case may be, I was like, oh, okay. So he's trying to be him. But the thing that they all had, that the commonality of it all was the mindset of the toxic man. You understand? And then you have a bunch of females saying, or a bunch of women saying, hey, I don't rock with this because he's degrading women. These are all hurt women speaking.
Right,
So
right.
How are you truly going to help a man or men who are flawed? We are fucked up. We are not perfect, right? So
Right.
how are you going to help him with your brand of psychology or self-development, which berates and tears down women? That is the problem that we have. It's a generation of men who hate women. And I'm going to leave it at that.
And that's facts, right? Word. I'm about to say,
Because
I'm doing that, and that's
that you love women,
going up.
but yet you uphold all of these toxic traits, toxic masculinity, the whole shit. Of course, femininity can be toxic as well. But let's be real. When it comes to the men, and we have to hold ourselves accountable.
Right.
Just take a look at what's going on. Blueface and his girl. That's the definition of toxic.
What?
And now sitting in the cell, he'll probably get bailed out, whatever the case. But he'll make his bonds and shit like that for attempted murder. I know females who have been through that, who lived that, who have PTSD because of that.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
like this is to me, men. We have to hold ourselves accountable. You're accountable for your tribe. We accountable for our tribe.
Right. Facts. Facts.
We have got to do better.
Right.
We start, and I don't care if it's you going to therapy, you finding a person that you could talk to, whatever the case may be, an unbiased person. I don't care.
Right.
We got to start healing our trauma because the trauma that we're carrying stems from a lot of shit. It stems from our own, shit is passed down sometimes.
Oh yeah, of course. That's generation.
Men, we're not supposed to do this. We're not supposed to cry. We're supposed to be tough. We're not supposed to do this.
Right.
We are human.
Thanks. What?
You know?
What? You ain't gonna tell me what I can and not do. What the hell?
That to me, that's where to bring it back to the front of the conversation. That's where the healing needs to start. Heal. It starts with yourself.
Yes, exactly. As I said, self healing. You gotta be able to get that time away. You gotta go away. You gotta get that time away. Gotta be able to get yourself back to rebuild. Because you get to get that you need to be able to sit back. You gotta sit back and look from the outside. You know what that means. And you ain't gotta explain this shit. Sit the fuck back and chill. Get your shit right.
Mm-hmm.
And break shit down. Like you know what I'm saying? So you know how to go forward.
Right.
Right, exactly. Exactly.
Absolutely. So, what are y'all's thoughts in the comment section? If you have anything you would like to add, go ahead, send a request, jump on, let's chop it up, let's build.
Do we got any questions this week? Are we good? No questions this week? Or we can save it for we still got like 10 minutes. We still got time.
Yeah, we still got time. We had one question in related to, well, it relates to the actual first topic.
Okay. All right. All right. Well, no. If y'all got any questions on any of the stuff that we was just talking about before we get to any of the questions Zito got, the issue with that is yeah, that's why. No, that's like. See, this is what I tell you. Like I told y'all in the beginning of the podcast. I, I don't need no apology from no Klansman, no whatever, no racist, no none of that. Like you know what I'm saying? Because at this point in time, is we know what's popping. You got the knowledge itself. You know what it is. You get with your tribe, you get 10 toes down, and you break away from the system. Point blank. Period. At the time for the apologies and all that, what you gonna be waiting for? They ain't apologizing. They ain't apologizing. You walk home today, walked out. Said she almost walked into a white lady. Said, "Oh, sorry, my bad." Said the third lady looked at her and just kept walking. Like they don't care. They it don't matter what time and what point of life. How they program is how they program. So us looking for that is a done deal. That's why we still back. That's why we still holding. We still holding on to get some closure. Y'all ever heard that when you getting out of the situation and sometimes it's better off to just motherfucker leave and build off. You don't need no closing. You don't need the person to tell you nothing, to tell you shit. You're closing, moving on. Your closing is leaving that situation. Your closing is building better getting to where you need to be at. So that's where we need to be on that. It ain't no sorries coming. It ain't no apologies coming. And the ones that do say apology is because they feel in the motherfucking wrath of what their ancestors did. So they gonna say it. The other ones that's already bulked up and that's the way they gonna go, that's how they gonna go. So, you know what I'm saying? For us, we have to step forward, move forward, and it's us, period. There ain't no goddamn sorry. Ain't no sorry to nobody. Because once we do move forward and we gain what we need to gain, this shit gonna be like Wakanda. You know what I'm saying? Well, that's what y'all not getting. What y'all not getting the images of what these people are showing y'all. Once you get together like every other motherfucking race is, there's no stopping us. So that's what we got to get to. Stop looking for people to say something for us and give us something to sorry for when we have all the resources and we the strongest motherfuckers here. That's what we got to do. It period.
Oh, my sister, my sister.
You know what I'm saying?
We've had this conversation. Virgo-tastic, I would actually like to tag you in on this if you are able to go live. That would be lovely. If not, that's cool.
Right. And that's just go from, like you said, that can go from anything. Like, you know what I mean? Anything that you getting past. Like, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you're going to get that. You might get it. But other than that, as we saying, hey, shit, sometimes you're not. So we just got to, sometimes, as you said, Jazz, I know you might be looking for it. You know what I mean? You might be still thinking, well, damn, because shit, I'm not going to say I don't. I still be thinking, well, damn, maybe one day I'm going to be like, yeah. Like, you
Right.
know, at the same time, I quickly try to shut it off because I know. Move past that. It's on you. This is this next step forward. Seeing.
I told her, I told my sister before we had this conversation. That's why when I knew when we was doing this, I said, oh boy, this one's going to hit a little close. I told her that you have to stop basing your own healing off of other people's accountability. If you base your healing off of their accountability, you literally put your healing factor in somebody else's hands. How can somebody else heal your shit when the healing has to take place within?
Right.
Hello,
Right.
fantastic. How are you, beloved?
Right.
Wonderful, gentlemen. Please excuse the camera being on.
Are you good?
Hold on.
The whole reason why I wanted to tell you, because obviously we all came up together. We all know each other. You are a strong woman, queen of your tribe.
Well, thank you.
And I know you know better than most. When I say, when it comes to this topic about accountability and the healing, is it fair to say that you literally take the accountability that you want so bad, heal yourself, and base it off of someone else that you're setting yourself up for failure?
Can you repeat the question? Because you were going in and out. I don't know if that was just me.
I
Nah,
got
picking up
you.
just
All right. What I'm asking you is it fair to say that if you are taking your healing and placing it in someone else's hands, right? Is it fair to say that you are setting yourself up for failure by basing healing your trauma off of the one and twos off of somebody else?
That is fair to say.
mm-hmm.
That is fair to say. And, you definitely, I think Trey put it in the comments. You can't depend on people to heal you, especially if that person, if that person they got to take accountability for 100 years, and what you just gonna be stuck in the mud for 100 years until they say, "Oh yeah, I did it."
Yeah.
Like, no, there has to be some type of resolution with yourself saying, "Listen, I'm never going to get that apology. I'm never going to get whatever I need, whatever I want from them, but I need to move on." You see what I'm saying? What I want versus what I need,
Exactly.
and
Exactly.
so I want that, but I need to keep pushing, keep it pushing.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, I mean, you're right, I've gone through this on several occasions, and I had this, that is when you also make a decision, should I do to continue a relationship with this person? Because you know how they move already. You know that they're not accountable, and that's not something that you can have in your space, and it's something you can have in your life. Then you need to drop them, off in the port, honey. Put them on the bus stop. Put them on the train. And so that's really what has to happen. So then that way you get your space back and you get your peace back. And so, yeah, it's wants versus needs. I may want $1 million, but I need 10,000 right now so I can pay my bills. You know what I mean?
There you go.
So, so it's up to you, and you can't put anything in anyone else's hands or expect anyone to do what you want them to do.
I fully agree, 100%. And the other side of the coin, for the fellas, for the men's, the kings, how would you say, or what would you say is the number one thing that we need to do in of helping y'all to heal and helping us to heal ourselves?
Are you saying as far as men are concerned?
Yes.
When you say for the fella, I thought you were talking to the fellas. That's why I wanted to clarify. It really depends on everybody's individual. For me, I'll speak for myself. Honesty is number one. You know what I'm saying? Good or bad. Like, if you're like, girl, don't wear that. Not saying that my husband say girl, but I'm just saying, like, that dress is not a good look for you. You know what I mean? Like, even if it may hurt, you know what I'm saying? But it's the truth. Loving criticism, not beat you down criticism. Like, if that person knows that you can be a better person or knows you could do better in life, lift that person up to say, listen, come on, get up, go find a job, whatever it is, you're depressed, whatever it is.
Right.
Also, willing to be each other's yin and yang.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? No matter what side of the coin you need to be in at that point. And so that's like when somebody's given 30 and you're given 70, kind of like find out why that person's given 30. You know what I'm saying? Like, I always believe relationships are 100, but, I'm just saying for the sake of conversation. Find out where can you do better in that point to bring that person up to where you are, to bring to your level. And, it's a give and take in relationships. So as long as the give and the take, balance each other out, and aren't always heavy on one side and then light on the other, but it can be that way, but it's not a constant. Strengthen yourself, confidence in yourself, because nothing's worse than an insecure partner. Oh, my Lord Jesus. Confidence in yourself. That you have to be 100. Like, you could be 85. That's fine. But at least you're not coming up in here at 30, 30% of a person. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, nah.
Yeah, and having an insecure partner is the worst. So that's a major thing. Confidence, insecurity within yourself, and sound decision making also.
Word.
Fair. Be fair.
Understanding and clarity of roles.
Yes, exactly.
That's 100.
Couple you know what I mean? A couple
gotta understand the roles have to be clarified. I totally agree with that.
And woof. Now for me, see this. Unless I'm spiritual, so there's one role. We hold this motherfucker down. Now, as the queen said, sometimes it might be 70-30. It might be 20-80. It might be 50-50. We don't know. But me, we both on this throne. We don't have to do what today. I hold these, bring them to all that out there and do some things. Then the next day I might have to go do vice versa. So we're gonna understand that this is both our thing. We're gonna come 50-50, as you said, 100 on all matters. We're gonna talk. We're gonna let it be known. If I ain't feeling something, let it be known. If this is how we rocking and it's going great, but we ain't gonna stop that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you said, let's keep everything out real clear and smooth. That's how y'all clear waters. You want to see the water, right? You want to see through that motherfucker. You don't want the shark bite your ass. So, or you try to distort your shit and keep it musty a little bit, you know what I mean? You're gonna be fucked, you know what I'm saying? But if you keep it clear and keep it open to where you can see, and y'all got the same vision, y'all on the same vibe, same wave, then there's nothing. That's how we gonna heal and build each other, because the relationship now is, oh well, shit, you doing that, blah blah blah, you doing this, blah blah blah. Like you said, then we get to arguing, then we get to fighting, and then now we got all.
Yeah, but clarity in roles can be a little tricky sometimes, because especially people, with children. Because if I'm like, oh, your role as I'm just giving a very basic example. Your role as the woman is to take care of the kids, make sure the dishes, make sure the clothes are clean, make sure the house is clean, make sure everybody's fed. Okay, and then I'll take care of everything else. But wait a minute, I'm sick or I have a job. What you gonna do then? You still expecting me to watch it? You still expecting me, just because that's the role things change, especially once, you're a relationship that starts off, just the two of you, then you build a family, roles are going to have to change just like your life is changing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So everybody knows, people with kids, once that kid pop out, your world changes. You know what I'm saying? Then you add on a second one. When it comes to multiple, it changes even more. You know what I mean? That's one of the hardest transitions to go from one child to the second. But then one second, third, and fourth is fine. But from one to two, woo, that's a change. But then the roles change. I'm in the bed because I've been up for all night for the last 18 hours. There's gonna be time I'm gonna be too tired to wash the dish. I'm gonna be too tired to wash the clothes. So then you need to step in and pick it up.
Exactly, you feel me? So you got to do. That's why I say it got to be both ways. In my house, it's both ways. She just
Yeah.
already out. You start the food, the dishes, all that shit is already done. Go down.
Yeah. So that's what I said. Clarity and roles.
Gotta be able to one,
Yeah.
two. Y'all give this. This is what.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what you're gonna be looking for. Like, oh, this is just what I do. So you're not gonna be looking for almost a couple dishes right there. I'm just gonna let it pass because that ain't what I do. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I
Yep.
missed it. All right, go lay that. I got it. I got the shit. You cook
Mm-hmm.
shit up and cleaning. I cook. You already know it's the same. That's how it go when I'm in the household with mine. It's like, you know what I'm saying. But as you said, you got to get on that level.
Yeah, it shifts. So the level needs to come on is the unity between you two. Y'all have to be on the same wavelength as far as what needs to be done.
Mm-hmm.
If anything, I would think it was clarity in chores or clarity in obstacles or clarity in goals.
Right.
So that's what needs to be clear. What we all want a clean house, so how are we going to get there? We all want dinner, so how are we going to get there? We all want our clothes washed, so how are we going to get there? So that's the clarity. Clean clothes, clean house, food.
All right.
So yeah, so I'm a firm believer. Um, um, you know, you scratch my back, I scratch yours. It's a big deal when it comes to stuff like that.
Yeah, man. It
So
can't be lopsided.
Right. Nope.
That's that,
right,
that's the big shit for me. Like, it has to be an even split. A lot of people like to say, nah, if one's given 80, one's given 20, then give me the best 20 that you got. I hear you. I do. But the type of person I am, I'm going to push you out of that 20.
Oh yeah, you gonna get out of that.
Like, and it's not a forceful thing, whatever the case may
Right.
be,
Facts.
because I believe in feeding your mate. You understand? When I say feeding, obviously I'm not talking about food, but I'm talking positive affirmations. I'm talking about building them up and everything. Check my track record. This is what I do for all of my people.
Facts.
Not just my significant. I do it for all of my people.
Facts.
sometimes that 20 is just Tuesday. You know
Word.
what I mean? So, just leave me at my 20 for a second. I'll be back. You know what I'm saying? Like, I
Exactly.
don't need you trying to push me nowhere.
Right.
I know just give me a second. You know what I mean?
Gotta be
Like
the
if y'all ever notice, like sometimes I'll like stop doing rents for like a month and I'll be like, yo, I have real life situations going on. You know what I'm saying?
need
Leave me at my 20 for a second.
need that.
I'll be back after these messages. You know what I'm saying? So it can be lopsided, but don't unless it's like something crazy, like that person's like suicidal or some crazy shit like that. But if I'm on my 20, just let me be on my 20. You go ahead and do your 80 thing. I'll catch up in a second. So yeah, it could just be Tuesday,
That,
and
like you said, I'll catch up in a second. As long as it doesn't become a thing of us operating at that 20. You know what I'm saying? Like, 20 is not the goal.
oh
That,
yeah, of course, yeah, 100 is the goal. That's for me. 100 is go. But yeah. Just give me a second. Let me do it. Let me be in my 20 bag real quick. Let me hold it down in my 20 bag. You just go over there. Just mind your business. That's all. Just mind your business. I'll be there. I'll be there. But yeah. But that's about it, y'all. So you
Yes.
know,
Thanks for
you
Zito.
know.
Got a question before we?
oh yeah, the
Thanks.
question.
Hold up. Thanks for coming through, Queen.
Absolutely.
Yes. Thanks for having me. Y'all be easy.
Always a pleasure. Thank you, darling. The see, and if y'all didn't know, Roll Brands, man,
Yeah,
Tuesday
Tuesdays. Go follow the page.
9. Y'all know it's Virgo-tastic.
I'm about to start calling.
She be getting into some
I'm,
shit.
don't. Yeah, I'm about to say. Yeah,
She be having the right backup.
I'm gonna have to. Yeah, and I don't even want to say that because this is the end of this one. I'll be in there this
She's
Tuesday.
like, oh, have mercy. What
I'm
did you
going to.
crawl out of? Who moved the rock?
Yeah, if it don't get. I hope it don't get cut off, but I'm just gonna say sorry now because I'm coming.
Right.
But you got to say we got a question.
Yeah, man. The question was pertaining to the original topic of, you know, being the era of the ops. The question is, have y'all ever had somebody who was down, ain't down, but moved as an op afterwards? That was the question.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to
I think
say.
all of us have at
Yeah, yeah. I'll say yeah. We all have. I'm not even going. I'm not even
some
going
point. I mean,
to
I'm not gonna get into no particulars,
yeah,
but
dealing with what we deal with. You know.
here, how about this? I'll give you a situation, right? Me, and still fly to this day with this one person. This one person had gotten in trouble. You know what I'm saying? Quote unquote. And there were certain repercussions that came with the trouble,
Yeah, already.
right? Now, a person who we both knew the trouble that was coming back on said person and said nothing to me or the other person, because if it was said to me, I would have said something. I would have gave the person a heads up, because we fly like that.
Right. Word.
That's how we get down. Said person ended up getting the dog shit beat out of them, while the other person went on like everything was hunky dory and, peaches and cream and all of these things. From that day on, nothing was ever right between me and that person.
It's it. Facts.
And they've operated in that same energy ever since then.
Yes. Yep. And we know how we do with them. We
Ops.
keep them at bay, keep them on the hook, and let them dangle. Facts. And that's what that is right there. Exactly what Zito said and explained.
That's the ops. People who know some shit is the way won't do anything to stall you out, help you out, so you can see it coming. That's the ops. If you got people like that around you, get them the fuck out. Simple as that.
Yes. Let y'all know.
Like, and that's where
Keep your energy pure. Keep the energy around you pure. Keep those around you. They got to be in good spirit, good energy. You don't want nothing fucking with your frequency, especially if you don't wear the right ritual symbols. If in your religion you don't got the right things that whatever may protect you or keep whatever energies away from you, you better be strong. You know what I'm saying? So you better build up strong. You better build up some type of meditation. You better build up.
exactly. Then they pink slip. Damn right.
That's why not only, of course, the eye is a symbol of my name and who I am as a spiritual being on this planet, but my eye is a symbol of protection. So whenever I got this eye, the eye is in my house. I keep it in my room. I keep it on me. I keep it somewhere because this is a symbol of protection. In my spell book, keeping my eye around me and doing the right rituals and keeping this around me, this is a sign of protection. So even with just my hoodie on and walking outside, guess what? I got a symbol around me that's protecting my aura. So things that may try to negatively that can affect quicker on other people may bounce off. You know what I'm saying? And take a little bit more. So like you said, the energy, keep the energy clear, keep your energy cool.
And to be clear, if you yourself would like the hoodie that he has on, the link is in the bio.
Oh yes,
I'm Apparel LLC. Get in tune with the movement. Hoodies,
y'all know it.
mugs, all types of merch. Okay, go ahead.
Thanks. You already know. Always another Sunday just to get right to this podcast. We thank y'all for coming through as y'all always do, and especially all the listeners from YouTube, Apple, Online all over. And Zito gotta go do his thing. He about to shoot it out to everybody, everywhere, to all our listeners that just listening, that just rock out with us, man. We love y'all every week. Y'all know what it is. It is goddamn just King Heru and your boy Zito. This is the podcast. I'm trying to take my ways, set for better days. So tell me what's up. I'm trying to level up. I'm trying to take my ways, set for better days. So tell me what's up. I'm trying to level up. It's really simple, baby. Just follow me.
Gotta get that gratuitous plug.
You already?
Gotta do it. Gotta do it.
Got to do it. It's coming, baby. I'm telling y'all, it's coming. Over the winter, we about to put some. About to do some things. Alright, we up out of here. Even family, we love y'all. Don't worry about no bills, babe. It's time to live. You might not.